Hey, YouTube. Well, I'm in here to bitch, of course. I hate to be all negative all the time, but something caught my eye. This is an old video on YouTube. It was published January 24th, 2017. It's in January, so it's a few months old. The thing about YouTube, things stay up forever. So, anyway, I came across this article. I'm not going to say this person's name because I'm not giving him no shine. Not for my conversation. But the headline of the thing was, Marvin Sapp acknowledges homo pedo James Cleveland at 2017 BMI Trailblazers of Gospel. Yeah, yes, it offended me. Now, this person, and I'm going to do my best to not say his name. In fact, if his name comes up, I'm going to erase this. But it seems that he has a natural interest in people's sexuality. I looked briefly at some of the other things that are attached to his name. Homophobic. So anyway, I'm gonna talk about the subject though, because the video is 7 minutes 55 seconds, so a 7-minute video. All the dude says was about someone teaching him James Cleveland music. So he used the man's name and this sexuality cut to get your attention, get your click on. That's what they call. Okay, for those who are not clear, I'm telling you what clickbait is. That's when you put something in a title to get people's attention, to get them to click on it, but it has nothing to do with the story. But this has nothing to do with the story. I watched the whole clip with Marvin Sapp, and he hasn't done anything wrong. But he's giving this acceptance speech, and he mentions that when he was young, he listened to James Cleveland music. So this person calls himself a pastor. I don't know. It already tells me if you're using clickbait, you're supposed to be some kind of moral authority for your community. Just that you would use a trick like that tells me that you bear watching. Anyway, so here's an interesting story. Let me drift back a little bit. Okay. When I was 15 years old, I worked at the Uptown Theater, right, in Indianapolis, Indiana. We used to have mostly a movie theater, but we would have music there, music shows there. So one time this gospel, I don't remember the name of the group, but a big gospel group came to perform at the theater. They rented the theater. And they had a name for themselves. But I was 15 years old. I was not involved in church. I went to church as a little kid, but I didn't go to church. I was not into gospel music, per se. So I was, I just never really thought about gospel music very much. I was a young kid. I liked R&B music. Anyway, I was an usher there at the theater. It's my first job. So I went back to the back of the stage. I was supposed to see that the people there wanted anything in the dressing room. So I asked the guys, you guys need anything? And then one of them, I remember this tall one, looked at the other one. He said, what do you mean? Do we need anything? We need anything? No, we don't need anything. So my point is, she's gay as hell. Very gay. What amazed me at the time was they were pretty much, or appeared to be, all gay. They were gay men. And I don't know why it seemed strange to me that gay men would be singing gospel music. So that was my introduction. Years later, I became a Christian, and basically because God saved my life. But I became a Christian, and I became aware of how many gay men are in music, gospel music specifically. And it took me back to that story when I first encountered them. So my point is, gay men are all over gospel music. Jimmy, please stop. Gay men are all over gospel music. Anytime you watch a black drama, some drama on television, right? If there's going to be a church scene, and usually there is, what is the one character you can count on them portraying as a gay man? He may not have any lines, but generally, you're going to see the gay man, the choir director, the person, people in the choir, will be the only gay people in the cast. So my point is this. Separating gay men from gospel music is like separating black people from basketball, professional basketball. Can't be separated. Okay, so, of course, all the haters come out in this dude's article talking about James Cleveland. Now, James Cleveland is a legend in gospel music. It's a damn shame that people had no problem besmirching his name. Now, why he says homo pedo. He called the man a pedophile. Now, in all the year, I'm 50, I turned 59 last week, thank you. 59 last week. In 59 years, I have never heard a person say that James Cleveland was a pedophile. They said he was homosexual, and I take great pride in that. Good, he's homosexual. But I've never heard anyone say that. So for this dude to just throw it out of his mouth like it's a fact, it's disgusting. You people call gay people associated with a pedophilia for so many years when we have nothing to do with pedophilia. Every time you catch a pedophile, it's always some married dude pretending to be straight. That's who they are. They're not us, from what I can observe. And I don't believe that about James Cleveland. I arrived in Hollywood, 1976. I would see James Cleveland. Everybody would tell me, "Oh, he's gay, he's gay." You know, we were all, because it took a little pride in that. You know, somebody's gay and somebody's popular, somebody's respected. And he would always have an entourage of people with him, right? And a lot of the guys who I was seeing with, they looked gay. It wasn't a secret. Even in public concerts, I was at Al Green concert one time. He came in and he had 2 or 3 of these guys with him. There were no kids there. So my feeling was, okay, he likes young guys. Most gay guys like young guys. Young guys are like young guys in their 20s, early 30s. If you are a person who likes guys in their 20s, you're not gonna like guys in their teens. I've never seen it. I've never seen a guy who dates people in their 20s be a pedophile. Their type is guys in their 20s, 30s. So I don't know anything about James Cleveland's personal life, but I've always taken pride that he was a homosexual. I'm not going to sit up here and swear up to things that I have no knowledge of. He appeared to be that. And what's wrong with that? What's that got to do with singing music? Black people are going to have to get out of this time warp or something, or constantly denying homosexuality. Something that is so blatant in society. Some people are homosexual. Why is that so hard to accept that some people are homosexual? You say you love God. You talk about God, this, God, oh, Holy Ghost told me this morning. Holy Ghost told me that on the way to the toilet. Oh, God gave me a parking place. Oh, God's everywhere. Except you deny an essential part of God's creation. It's natural. To deny it continually is absolutely stupid. It's like denying that there are black people. You would say, oh, no, there are no black people. They've been in the sun too long. Is that dumb or what? It's in nature. Some people are Asian, and there is a difference in sexuality. No, the Bible don't say anything about that. These people, they got these 2 or 3 little dumbass stories that just irritate the fuck out of me. I'll tell you that. They'll say, oh, homosexuality, look what they did. Look why God destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. Wasn't that people who are having sex with women and who would also have sex with raping the men also? Rape is a violent act. So what the hell that a gay man got to do with some straight man raping another man? An angel. A beautiful man. Bring him out so we have sex with him. We may know him. Anyway, I'm not going into those stories. And I don't like going into those stories because it's saying that I accept that this is the word, that God said all this stuff. Stories in the Bible. Get over it, people. Get over it and start accepting reality for what it is. Let me tell you something about gospel music. To deny that gay people are a part of gospel music is absolutely stupid. It's stupid. It's dumb. People always want to straight wash every goddamn thing. It just pisses me off. So I try to read a couple of those those things, you know. Mostly other haters come out. Listen, brother. If your primary ministry is homosexuality, you're obsessed with other people's sex, get yourself a good therapist and start digging, uncovering that thing and figuring out what it is. If it stems from some kind of molestation or something, because you seem obsessed, then it's time for you to figure it out. To carry that around with you for the rest of your life. I remember back when I was watching Jerry Springer one time. And I'm rambling, I'm all over the place, so what? I was watching Jerry Springer, right? And they had these gay boys on. This is a different time in sexuality. It's this probably 80s, something like that. And these guys were there, they talking about gay rights and whatever. And it was barely even getting on television at that time. And so this black woman, she stood up. She didn't even have enough decency to do her hair on national television. Looked like a guy. Anyway. Don't you mix that us with that stuff. Our rights. How can you mixing that shit with our rights? With our civil rights with that stuff. That's sin. It's going to hell. I said, that is the most ignorant motherfucker I had ever seen in my entire goddamn life. You sitting up here talking about how the world treats you, how you a second-class citizen, and you trying to make us a third-class citizen. What the fuck kind of... It doesn't make any goddamn sense. So I guess why I was so offended by this thing, first of all, it's clickbait. Secondly, why wouldn't James Cleveland be honored in gospel music? Why wouldn't the singers honor the people who began the whole industry? Why would that be strange? And so what if he was homosexual? There's a whole lot of homosexuals. If you go to high school and you go to the glee department, the music department, departments where people are performing and things like that, how come there's so many gay kids in then, but then when they get to be famous, all of a sudden now everybody's straight? The hell is that? You know what school is. People, you acting. Oh, that's the fags. And then when they become actors, become famous, everybody's straight. But they were all gay when they were just practicing their art. So we're in all kind of art. I pray that a time is coming when people can be acknowledged for their gifts. We, as gay men, are going to have to just keep coming out. That's the only thing. Because when you realize that, oh, they were always here. They were always here. I knew that man since I was 12. I didn't know he was gay. So now, when people start dealing with reality, knowing reality, stop. You say you love God, love Him. Love His creation. If we are, unless I'm just pretending and I'm not really gay, people to continually deny nature. That is an insult to God, in my opinion. Don't be talking with the book. We ain't going by the book. We're going by creation. Homosexuality exists in the world. It always has. Now, either you're going to accept that or you're just going to live a life of misery for the rest of your existence on the earth. We've always been here. And always been in music. I was so inspired by that particular story, though, that as an adult, you guys see on my page, I've written 5 books. 4 of them, love and gospel music. I love it. It's my attempt at telling the truth. I mean, it's fiction, of course. But I think it's giving gay men their rightful place in the earth. Just acknowledge them. It's like saying, oh, he's a dancer. His lifestyle. Bitch, who doesn't know that you go to Broadway, almost all the dancers are gay? They're basically gay. That's what we do. We do art. We do creative things. It's like saying, I'm not going to go into, there's all kinds of stereotypes. But gospel music is one of the least recognized, in my opinion. but we're always there, always there. When you look at movie, next time you look at a black movie that involves music, it won't be every time. Look who they cast as the choir director. It's just a reflection of reality. So I don't know who this dude is. I'm not saying his name. It pains me that the people are still so hateful. And it pains me in a particular way when black people are so nasty and hateful. It boggles the mind. It's not only us, because there was also experiences in the gay community where they still had racism, and they're gay and they're racist. Your people. That's it. So I don't expect a whole lot of you, but this I found particularly offensive. And don't be calling people pedophiles unless they are accused of pedophile, unless they've been convicted of being a pedophile. Shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. And I ain't seeing that there's gay men that's doing that. There's mostly people who suppress sexuality, and it pops out. So much for your ambitions of pretending something is not there. You love God, love His creation. Don't deny His creation. Like some other strange spirit came along and started creating people who are different. No, it's only one God. So everything that exists in creation is His creation. And homosexuality is one of those things that just exists. It just is here. Anyway, I'm rambling. Okay, I hope I made a point here. Something like that. But, gay men, they're in gospel music. You ain't no way to hell to deny that. All right, people. God bless you. And this dude, this pastor dude, listen, if you're supposed to be some kind of moral authority, stop using clickbait. Stop using tricks. It's a sign of your character.